when you said, okay, you have built some towers to mount the antennas to, and you use a very short cable to attach the RF transmitter and receiver card. So it would be unlikely to put some standard PC onto the tower because you have a short cable. Which kind of hardware have you mounted onto your towers which really works in a reliable fashion that this link can be used for production use?
Well, I can give you some recommendations. At that time, I used mesh cubes from 4G systems. But these devices are no longer available. They are now sold exclusively to a company in the US. Although the company is located in Germany, they don't sell it to us. You can use MikroTik router boards. I never used them personally, but I consider this as a very decent quality. You can have several interfaces. Of course, you can also use a PC up there, but the box is just a little bit bigger. There are the rep boards. There I can recommend you to point you to meshnode.com, I think. The people are here around in the Congress. They have very nice boxes. Looks very reliable, and you're free to put any Wi-Fi card in that you like, as long as it is mini PCI. I'm not sure it will work with that Uber card. You should ask those people if they really have plenty of power to drive such a monster. You can also use that WRT54, but I have never tried to have longer links with the WRT54 than more than 10 kilometers. People in Bangladesh did shots with 10 kilometers that work really well with the WRT54, but there may be some issues with the chipset, like I said before, the timings of the acknowledgements.
Okay, one more question. If you're not too bothered about frequency and bandwidth, and have you tried using some WiMAX equipment, or are you planning to use some WiMAX equipment instead of Wi-Fi to get potentially longer links and more robust and reliable links?
No, WiMAX was not available to me, and the central issue in Bangladesh was cost, and WiMAX is not cheap.
WiMAX base station is minimum 10,000 euros. And that's a very cheap equipment at cost from the supplier. So that's, I was asking, but.
Well, WiMAX is a different thing. I spoke to a guy from Cisco, and he told me they're quite skeptic about WiMAX. It's everybody's speaking about it, but I'm really sure if WiMAX will become increasingly popular, Wi-Fi will still be popular. It will exist in parallel, of course, and it will still exist for long shots because you can do it really nicely.
In theory, for WiMAX, you need licenses to use the frequencies that WiMAX is operating on. So that may not be a problem for you, but
it's.
And you have to pay for the licenses.
I'm afraid WiMAX will not be so democratic like Wi-Fi is, because Wi-Fi is just gear you buy and you can use it. With WiMAX, there are legal issues.
One question about security. What about flash? If I put it on top of the roof, I think there's a possibility that the flash will crash my whole home system, everything which is connected by Ethernet, maybe.
Yes, lightning is of course an issue, and in fact one of the links that I have built in Bangladesh was destroyed by a lightning. But so was, this is of course something you have to take care about, absolutely.
So no solution until now?
No, there of course are solutions. There are resources you can find on the web about lightning protection, how it has to be done.
What do you do?
We don't have to invent it again.
What do you do if you want to have more bandwidth? I mean, 2 megs a second, that's... Some people would say that's not a lot.
Pardon?
If you want to have more bandwidth.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have only 2 megabit, you should redesign it. You can have a bigger antenna, you can have better gear, and if that doesn't help, you can just add another link. Why not mount 2 antennas? Or 3? Or 4? The tower is already existing. You just have to mount more antennas. Yeah, something I forgot to mention is when I give you the quick introduction to the polarization, if you have several antennas on one tower, it's a good thing to have some antennas horizontal polarized and some antennas vertical polarized, because then the interference is not so high, because antenna that comes with the wrong polarization is received 20 dB weaker than if it is in the correct polarization. This is also an issue if you mount such links. If you mount one antenna horizontal polarized and the other vertical polarized, don't wonder why it doesn't work. More questions? Or did I already exceed the time? No? But somebody else has to prepare, so I think we close this session now. If you have further questions, just ask. Thank you very much.